is a beautiful piece of music, even though it's
Welcome, everybody. Okay, so welcome all of you. The last people are still coming in, but I think we can get started. I am Rosalind Siegel, HMS Dean for Graduate Education. And it is my very great pleasure to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for the master's programs at Harvard Medical School. Welcome, Dean Daly, Dr. Betsy Nabel, graduates, families, friends, faculty, program heads, and managers, and all the distinguished guests. I would like to start by noting that Harvard University is located on the traditional and ancestral land of the Massachusetts, the original inhabitants of what is now known as Boston and Cambridge. At this time, we pay respect to the people of the Massachusetts tribe, past and present, and honor the land itself, which remains sacred to the Massachusetts people. This is a wonderful day of celebration for us all. For our wonderful graduates, it's the culmination and celebration of 1, 2, or more years of creative and demanding work in advanced biomedical and health studies. For families and friends, this is a moment to recognize the achievements of their loved ones and to look forward to future careers and future achievements. For our wonderful faculty and staff, this is a time to celebrate your dedication to educating the next generation of leaders in biomedicine and health sciences. Congratulations to all of you. Harvard Medical School offers a diverse array of master's programs that prepare our fantastic students for the current state of biomedical sciences and develop the leaders for the future. Today, we celebrate the graduates of 9 distinct master's programs: bioethics, biomedical informatics, clinical investigation, clinical service operations, global health delivery, healthcare quality and safety, immunology, media, medicine, and health. See, they know how to convey the message. And medical education. Each program, in its own way, prepares students to understand and treat disease, to promote health, and to optimize the healthcare system for diverse patients in the US and across the entire world. These goals are so critical for the future of our society and of the world. The graduates of each of these programs are well prepared to address the many pressing health concerns in our society, including SARS-CoV-2, healthcare needs and inequities in war and in peace across the globe, the need for continued improvement in clinical therapeutics and implementation, and the continued education of future clinicians and leaders. There is a lot to do, but these graduates are ready. Now, I would like to directly address the graduates. I am greatly honored to stand before you today to celebrate your achievements. Each of you has spent countless hours studying, researching, and learning to master your chosen field. Today is a culmination of your dedication and hard work. Each of you has chosen to pursue careers that will shape the future of science and of healthcare, improve patient outcomes, and push the boundaries of our understanding of the world. Your unwavering commitment to making a difference in the lives of others is truly inspiring to me and to all of us. Your Harvard Medical School education has equipped you to become agents of change, to transform healthcare systems, and to make a lasting impact on the lives of those you serve. I am sure you will all embrace the opportunities and the great challenges that lie ahead with passion, curiosity, creativity, and resilience. I look forward to seeing your careers as HMS alumni and as continued members of our HMS community. I would now like to turn to recognize the program heads and managers who've been so dedicating to educating and supporting the students in our programs. These individuals work together to share best practices in education and in biomedical sciences. They provide critical training, mentoring, and support for our students. Thank you for all you do throughout the year. I want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Johanna Gutlerner, the Senior Associate Dean for Graduate Education. Johanna works tirelessly to develop outstanding educational programs and advance the career of all of our students. And I want to thank Kim Lincoln, Director of Administration and Student Affairs, Gabby Calderon, and James Boggy for making the master's programs work so seamlessly. Finally, it is now my great honor and pleasure to introduce someone who has been instrumental in shaping the direction of Harvard Medical School and supporting our students throughout their academic journeys. Moreover, this year, he helped actually teach a class for one of our master's programs. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed Dean of Harvard Medical School, Dr. George Daly, to the podium.
Thank you, Roz. Listen, I'm sorry about the weather. As dean, the weather is just one of the many things that I'm criticized for not doing enough to change. But if you think it's hot, we actually witnessed a proposal here just before the ceremony. I do believe the young gentleman who was down on his knee got an affirmative answer. Can we get a confirmation of that? There it is. All right. We wish you the most exciting future. Anyway, as always, I'm just truly honored to be here for what is a wonderful celebration of all of your accomplishments. Today, we recognize 245 graduates from 9 different master's programs at Harvard Medical School. Each of you has contributed substantially to the HMS community, and I hope that you have made the most of your time here and that you feel that. Your resumes are impressive. You've investigated biomarkers for kidney disease. You've studied quality improvements in anesthesiology. You've tackled the crises facing emergency rooms in the United States and abroad. And you've researched ethical requirements for achieving fairness in medical machine learning. All of you have persevered in your studies, often in the midst of local, national, and global turmoil. You've proven that you have the fortitude, not just the smarts, to succeed in your careers. So, master's graduates, I am deeply proud of your work because it strengthens and reinforces one of the pillars of medicine, and that is trust. Now, trust in science and medicine is actually faltering in this country and around the world. So let's reflect on the numbers. According to one poll, the share of Americans expressing a high amount of confidence in medicine fell from 73% in 1966 to only 34% in 2012. And in addition, a 2021 survey indicated that fewer than 4 in 10 US adults said they had a high amount of confidence in the American medical system. Distrust of scientists has festered too. Roughly a quarter of Americans now say they have not much or no confidence in scientists to act in the public's interests. Now, by nature of your desire to further your careers in biomedicine and to bring evidence-based decision-making to the communities you serve, you are our foremost forebearers of trust. You are the ambassadors who will go out into the world and create healthcare systems that shine with the luster of verity, honesty, and integrity. So as you begin to apply your hard-won knowledge to real-life medical and scientific scenarios, I have 3 messages for you. To cultivate trust, center caregiving as a moral experience. Second, believe your patients. And third, communicate with intelligent openness. And let me speak about each of these. First, center caregiving as a moral experience. This is an idea that was espoused by HMS professor Arthur Kleinman. He's an esteemed leader in global health and healing and psychiatry. Arthur once wrote in The Lancet that caregiving is one of the most foundational moral meanings and practices in human experience everywhere. It defines human value and resists crude reduction to counting and costing. That's caregiving. Indeed, every person on earth is born needing to be cared for. The clinician's pact is to be a caregiving safety net. Even if no one else is there for you, especially if no one else is there for you, a physician will care for you. Your master's degrees are stamps in your caregiving passport. More than half of you are physicians, and you will carry your specialized knowledge. You will carry what you have accrued into the land of the caretaker. The rest of you are supporting the medical profession and medical knowledge in so many other ways. You have surveyed the landscape of your field to identify the commitments of caregiving and how you can fulfill them. Second, now, believe your patients and those who call out in need. Maya Angelou famously said that when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. This applies to healthcare and to life in general. When a patient tells you what they're experiencing, if they're in pain, if they report that something feels off, but they're not sure what it is, believe them, listen to them. When patients feel as if care providers don't believe them, patients then trust in themselves their trust in themselves takes a hit too. Degraded self-trust alienates patients. Now, particularly when caring for populations with chronic illness or poorly understood disease, we must not only be trustworthy clinicians, we must also empower patients to trust themselves. Third, in communicating with patients and with the general public, which so many of you will do, employ what the philosopher Onora O'Neill calls intelligent openness. O'Neill has written extensively about the function of trust in health and medicine and how to nurture it. What she means by intelligent openness is that you should communicate in a way that is understandable and usable. That is, information communicated with intelligent openness is more than just transparent. It's easily digestible by various audiences, and it enables those audiences to find, follow, and evaluate the information that you're conveying. Now, particularly as we all embark on the process of demystifying artificial intelligence, both for ourselves and for the lay public, intelligent openness will be a powerful and indeed a critical tool. So I encourage you all to connect with other HMS Masters alumni for inspiration. Your peers, as you will, your peers are now doing excellent work around the world in the areas of bioethics, immunology, global health delivery, and more. And in the process, they are cultivating trust in their own communities and beyond. So I salute you, and I wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations again. And now it is my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Elizabeth Nabel, currently the Advisory Board Chair at OPKO Health. Dr. Nabel is a distinguished professor of medicine emerita at Harvard Medical School. From 2010 to 2021, she served as the president of Brigham Health and Brigham and Women's Hospital. And prior to these positions, Dr. Nabel held a variety of leadership roles, including the directorship of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, and Chief of Cardiology and Director of the Cardiovascular Research Institute at the University of Michigan. Building on her lifelong commitment to improving health through science, Dr. Nabel was the first chief and medical advisor to the National Football League from 2015 to 2018, where she provided strategic input to the league's medical, health, and scientific efforts. Dr. Nabel is an accomplished physician scientist. Her work on the molecular genetics of cardiovascular diseases produced 17 patents, over 250 publications, and 2 startup companies. I am also privileged to have known Betsy for many, many, many years. I like to quip that I knew Betsy before she was Betsy. She is a remarkable member of our community, and I look forward to her sharing her wisdom with us. Betsy, over to you.
Well, thank you, George, for the kind introduction and for inviting me. I'm so honored to be with all of you today. George, we are so fortunate to have you as our dean. You are a magnificent role model, an exemplary leader, a physician scientist at the highest level, and a great friend. Thank you. Fellow deans, esteemed program directors and faculty members, proud parents and family members and devoted friends, congratulations to all of you. But especially congratulations to the 245 graduates of this year's Master's Harvard degree programs. Well done. You have learned and experienced a lot over the past few years. And indeed, these have been tough years, going through the pandemic and post-pandemic period. But your work is at the cutting edge of modern medicine and biomedical research, navigating the interface between research, healthcare, and data. adhering to the highest standards to treat patients and teach students, embracing the global community, innovating cross-cutting scientific initiatives like AI and machine learning, drug design and immunology, and all the various ways that these topics intersect. You are all bright, talented, and self-starters, and you will continue to be leaders in your field and the broader biomedical community. Some of you will work in science, others in healthcare, policy, or global health, either continuing your current work or in a new role. Others will continue in school and earn an MD, PhD, or other advanced degree. But no matter what path you choose, all of you have the intellect and the persistence to be great at what you choose to do. Today, I'd like to talk with you about a different type of success. That is, the values that you bring to your work each day. While your native intelligence will carry you far, what really matters in life is your character, your values, and how you conduct yourself. Integrity, trust, dignity, respect for others. In our community, we often do not explicitly talk about or reward these intangibles, but yet these values are the glue that bind us together and propel us forward successfully. Whether you aspire to be a leader or a team player, there's a personal side to your behavior that very much affects your impact. The term emotional intelligence was coined in the 1990s. Many call it EQ. It's the ability to understand and manage your emotions, as well as to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. But why is EQ so important today? But just look around. Our world is rife with tension and conflict, with wars, campus protests, and political disarray. No one wants to listen or try to understand the other side. We honestly wonder sometimes whether our country and its values will survive. And that's why we look to you, the next generation of biomedical researchers, to be data-driven, balanced, and thoughtful in how you treat others. We need you to lead us to a higher ground, to listen, to understand, to reach out, to seek consensus, and seek the greater good. How do you achieve this balance? Fortunately, there are great thinkers who consider these issues deeply and freely share their guidance. I'm a longtime admirer of the globally recognized public intellect and New York Times columnist David Brooks, who speaks eloquently about leadership. Here's what he offers, and I agree. First, embrace humility. Humility is the awareness that there's a lot you don't know, and that a lot of what you do know is distorted or wrong. Second, respect others. Be attentive. Make others feel seen, heard, and valued. And finally, let your passions find you. Open yourselves up to identify causes that you can get behind and make needed change. Let me share some of my own experience to illustrate what this can look like. First, humility. Know that you don't always know the answer and recognize what you don't know. Commit to continue to learn, including learning from failure. That can be pretty hard and often not very fun, but failure is a pretty good teacher. Living humbly offers a lens to see opportunities for advocacy and action to make change for others. Let me give you an example of an experience I had when I was an internal medicine resident in the emergency room at the Brigham a number of years ago. It's an example of how assumptions, biases, and stereotypes can lead us in the wrong way. So as a resident, I took care of a 32-year-old woman with a set of fairly non-distinct symptoms. She had a low-grade fever, she was feeling tired, and generally unwell. I ordered a chest x-ray and EKG and some other blood tests. She appeared to have a viral syndrome, and so I sent her home on supportive care for her fever and aches. 2 days later, she was back, having suffered a full-blown heart attack. How could this be? Women don't have heart attacks, was the dogma of the time. I had been taught that heart disease was a man's disease. Because clinical studies in heart disease at that time had been done in men, the classic symptoms of a heart attack we were taught were those of men. We now know that women and men can have different heart attack symptoms. And fortunately, we now require that women are represented in clinical studies. And we know now that heart disease is the #1 killer of women. But at that time, I missed her heart attack symptoms completely. Luckily for my patient, when she came back, we were able to save her life with interventional therapies, and she got a second chance. Today, or maybe in a few years, we'll have an AI assistant to help with our diagnosis, but we're not there yet. Current algorithms may harbor the same biases that threw me off years ago. So this is an area that I hope many of you will lean in. Undoubtedly, as we've talked about so much, AI is going to change medicine, science, and healthcare, and we need humans. We need you to be in the loop. But as I look back, my patient's case was a hidden story waiting to be told. A story that I recognized I could tell to change the way we think about heart disease. Years later, as director of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute at the NIH, I had more tools in hand to do something on a larger scale. I leveraged my leadership position to drive change by having the NHLBI create the Heart Truth Awareness Campaign and the red dress as a symbol of women and heart disease. We partnered with many professional and advocacy organizations, including the American Heart Association, the American College of Cardiology, and Women Heart. We also knew that as a federal government agency, our reach would be limited. So we partnered with Ogilvy and the fashion industry to create the Red Dress Fashion Show. Many thought we were crazy at the time. But then First Lady Laura Bush agreed to be our national ambassador. She took this on as one of her causes, and she did many events with us. She was an articulate and effective spokesperson and really got the message out. So today we understand that we approach medicine with biases and incomplete knowledge. Let's start with the humility to recognize our own limitations in order to make the fundamental changes in medicine that are needed for the good of our patients. Second, respect. It's obvious to many of us that respect is a virtue in short supply today. We live in a chaotic, often combative world. It seems like everybody has to choose a side and defend it. But I urge you to seek a higher ground. Be a careful listener. Hear what others have to say. Understand their positions, and pivot as you need to. Strong leadership respects the contributions of others. And as medicine changes, we all need to team up across disciplines, across sectors, across continents, to tackle the really hard problems that can't be accomplished by one person or a single point of view. Our world is changing dramatically. Biomedicine and healthcare are exploding with opportunity. New technologies like CRISPR and AI are revolutionizing drug discovery. Chatbots offer humans the opportunity to do things easier and faster. In the middle of this change, it's not enough to stay in your own lane. I encourage you to think of yourselves much more broadly as citizens of the world. When I started in medicine many years ago, the world was a lot smaller. I faced different challenges as a young woman from Minnesota who wanted to be a doctor. That was not the expected path for me. There were many biases, barriers, and glass ceilings to women entering medical school and subsequently holding leadership positions in medicine and biomedical research. Fortunately, I had supporters and mentors, including Dr. Eugene Braunwald, who was chair of medicine at the Brigham at the time, who was an immigrant to this country at the end of World War II. And he also well understood the artificial barriers to advancement. His guidance led me to choose cardiology as a specialty well positioned to combine academic clinical medicine with biomedical research. I subsequently had the good fortune to work in academic medicine, the federal government, that is the National Institutes of Health, and now biotech, all while weaving a thread of innovation in biomedical research to support new technologies and therapeutics to improve the lives of our patients. And all the while, I tried to leverage my successes and many alliances to elevate important issues. After the NHLBI, I returned to lead the Brigham. There I helped create partnerships with talented individuals like yourselves, students, residents, faculty, other Boston biomedical leaders, to create opportunities for partnerships across the globe. One of the more important is the longstanding partnership of Harvard Medical School and the Brigham with Partners in Health, whom many of you know was founded by the late Dr. Paul Farmer, Dr. Jim Kim, and Ophelia Dahl, when Paul and Jim were residents at the Brigham. I had come to know Paul when I was at the NHLBI as we partnered with NIAID and Dr. Tony Fauci to support some Partners in Health programs. I admired and respected Paul and Jim deeply. So when I returned to the Brigham, I saw it as one of my missions to continue to support the work of Partners in Health in partnership with Harvard Medical School. Some of you have had an opportunity to work with PIH under the superb leadership of Dr. Joya Mukherjee. Joya, thank you for all you've done. For the lives that you have touched and improved across the globe, and the students you have taught and mentored. Thank you. With the nations of Rwanda and Haiti, PIH created medical schools and hospitals, built capacity and infrastructure, and educated and trained many individuals. And importantly, care for the most impoverished has been joyfully given. There are many other examples of programs that capture the vision and talent of you and your remarkable colleagues to create equity in healthcare, where for too long, biases, prejudice, and discrimination have dominated. But underlying all of this work is respect. Respect for the dignity and lives of others, working in teams, as colleagues, to build a better life for those who do not have the access, resources, or opportunities that we do. Third, finally, let your passions find you and stay with you. Rather than obsessing over finding your passion, be patient. Let life's experiences guide you, as passion often emerges organically from what you do and who you meet. It's very unlikely that you will find one position and stay in it for decades. That's not how today's world works. Embrace new opportunities to weave in and out of the many facets of modern medicine. Let what matters to you be your compass. Innovation in biomedical research is what matters to me, and I've tried to weave it into career decisions at every stage. In 2021, I stepped down from the Brigham to join a biotech startup founded by my husband, Gary, and our wonderful colleague and former NIH director, Elias Zerhouni. Through our combined expertise, connections, and determination of medical need, we chose to focus on immune therapies for cancer and infectious diseases. Biotech is an essential piece of the biomedical ecosystem for advancing health. Some of you will find paths there, and if you do, I hope you will reach out to your colleagues in academia and the government to get important things done. We will only make progress by combining the total strengths of academia, government-supported biomedical research, and the private sector. No one sector can do it alone. Again, innovation is key. So once again, I'm honored to be with you today to wish you well as you navigate your next moves. Use your personal values, compassion, and empathy to drive positive change. Live your values while respecting others. Seek a greater good and be the force to find it. Be humble, knowing that we're all human and we all make mistakes. I'll leave you with more guidance from David Brooks reflected in his 2023 book, How to Know a Person. The main message is that it's all upon us to recognize that what people really want is to matter. Mattering is one of the most basic human needs beyond food and shelter. At its core, it's about making sure those people you encounter throughout your lives know who they are, know that they matter, and know that what they do matters. You can do it. You've got the talent, the knowledge, and the will to take us to a better future. We need you to use your talents and give generously to a world that badly needs positive change. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Dr. Nabel, thank you so much for your inspirational remarks. And thank you, Dean Siegel and Dean Daly, for your remarks and your warm welcomes. Program leadership, administration, faculty, staff, and most importantly, graduates, families, and friends, welcome again, and thank you so much for being here. I'm Senior Associate Dean for Graduate Education, Johanna Gutlerner, and I now want to bring to the podium our 2024 student speaker, Dagny Reese. Dagny is a graduating student in the MMSc in immunology. She hails from Toronto, Canada, but grew up in Australia and South Africa and completed her Bachelor of Science in the UK. Now, after finishing her master's, she'll be headed off to California for a PhD in bioengineering at Stanford. Dagny, I welcome you to the podium to deliver your remarks to your fellow graduates.
Esteemed guests and fellow graduates, as I stand here today, I'm reminded of a moment not too long ago when I first arrived to this campus, wide-eyed but uncertain about the journey ahead. Fast forward to now, as I look at all of the familiar faces, I'm incredibly proud to be a part of this amazing community of students, researchers, and scientists. Thinking back to the great scientists that came before us, in the 1st century AD, the well-regarded Roman engineer and scientist Julius Sextus Frontinus notably proclaimed that discoveries and inventions have reached their limit long ago, and that he saw no hope for future development. Yet, I am confident that with every thesis or capstone project presented, every experiment conducted, and with every paper written, we have more than proven him wrong. From the student presentations and discussions I've witnessed during our time here, it's evident that we don't shy away from challenges or tough questions. We tackle them with unwavering determination and with resilience. We didn't just study science during our time here, we lived it. And today marks the culmination of all of our hard work, all of those late nights watching the sunset, or maybe even the sunrise, from the library, the lab bench, the clinic, or fieldwork site. However, this journey wasn't just about academic rigor. Within the master's programs, we have built a community that is incredibly unique in its kindness, its intelligence, and in its diversity. To paraphrase Goethe, science and art belong to the whole world, and before them vanish the barriers of nationality or of identity. Although we come from many different backgrounds and our work may focus on very different topics, we are all united in our love and our passion for exploration, for learning, and for discovery. Because of this amazing community, when we all leave Harvard Medical School, it won't just be with our diplomas. During our time here, many of us have met what will be lifelong friends, future scientific collaborators, or even colleagues. I remember when I first moved to Boston, feeling a little overwhelmed and maybe even a little lost. But I soon found myself part of an extraordinary and incredibly supportive community. I'd like to thank the Master's Student Council in particular for organizing a lot of those special community building events that made me feel like I was part of something important. Ultimately, when I look at the group of us at Harvard Medical School, I see a group of exceptional academics, scientists, policymakers, healthcare leaders, and doctors, but also cherished friends and colleagues, and I think many of you feel the same way. As we stand on the brink of new beginnings, be it further studies, entering or maybe re-entering the workforce, or perhaps enjoying a very, very well-deserved rest, let's carry forward the spirit of Harvard Medical School. Let's continue to confront those tough problems and not fearing difficult moments, but embracing them. As Nobel Prize winner Dr. Rita Levi-Montalcini inspired us with her words, above all, don't fear difficult moments. The best comes from them. So let's keep these connections, keep pushing boundaries, and keep igniting change wherever we are. Let's ensure that the bonds that we formed here remain strong, even as we build new ones. Thank you, Harvard Medical School, for the memories, the lessons, and the friendships. So here's to all the sunrises we've seen, and to all the ones that are yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dagny, for those moving remarks. So it's now my distinct honor to lead you through the part of the program that I expect you've all been eagerly awaiting, the presentation of our Harvard Medical School 2024 Master's Program graduates. The first program to present their graduates will be the Master of Science in Bioethics, led by Drs. Wes Boyd, Joni Bishansky, and Kelsey Berry. Joni, please join us to say a few words to your graduates, and then Crystal Chang will read the names of the bioethics graduates to come to the stage and receive their diplomas.
It is a privilege to stand here before you today representing the leadership of Dr. Becca Brendel, Wes Boyd, and Kelsey Berry as we celebrate the accomplishments of our 73 graduates of the Master of Science in Bioethics program. The work of bioethics seeks to identify challenges and to create opportunity through a broad landscape of morally permissible or even desirable solutions. Bioethics is committed to uncovering the moral dimension and quandaries that are inevitable when we examine the terms of our lives and our health, and it is driven to broadening and deepening our moral codes and imaginations. Bioethics is also demanding, asking us to bring knowledge, theory, and practice together. That is because bioethics is an applied field, and the work is in the doing. In that respect, MBE class of 2024, you are prepared, as you have bridged your academic learning in the classroom with practical experience through your capstone work, collaborating with clinical teams, research programs, governmental agencies, and academic partners to tackle cutting-edge bioethical challenges. And you have brought all of yourselves to meet the challenge with your reason and emotion, principles and care, individuality, and relational commitments. MBE class of 2024, we could not be prouder of your remarkable achievements. You have already advanced the work of bioethics by promoting health equity as you discern and respond to immense disparities in our healthcare systems and inequities in our entire world. Going forward, we have no doubt that you will use the strength of your minds, your hearts, and your bioethics community to make this world a better and more equitable place. MBE class of 2024, you are uniquely prepared, and we welcome you as our newest colleagues, and we cannot wait to see all that you will accomplish in the years to come. Congratulations. And I will now invite Crystal Chang to present the graduates.
Lauren Alami. Abdulrahman Al-Harbi. Zainab Al-Tajir. DJ Anzano. Jared Ashby. Andrew Bagayi. B. Ron. Alexandria Brown. Victor Chen. Xiaoyan Chen. Jade Ely. Legbel Ekpakta. Lorenz Faiz. Ahmad Faridi. Pauline Feinberg. Desislava Fasenko. Daniel Fu. Christian Hernandez. Aaron Greenberg. James Henderson. Donnie Henry. Sophie Hinson. Michael Howe. Belize Aturi Teka. Jennifer Ann Kaiser. Bridget Kerwin. Jenna Koja. Ariana Komorski. Abby Coven. Anissa Karani. Barry Kussman. Alice Lapteva. Gerald Lee. Maria Leister. Yi Yuan Lee. Patricia Laura. Trevor Ma. Katie Mann. Evie Marcolini. Mercy Mercandawari. Losetti Modise. Palmer Montalbano. Sanjana North. Madonna Apaleki. Jose Orejas. Nashita Pandugula. Ardita Pramudani. Haley Ray. Alvin Reeves III. Paul Romaine. Sydney Rose. Natalie Runham. Kirsty Russell. Alam Sahadat. Kara Simpson. Brian Spoloff. Ian Stevens. Manami Takahashi. Justin Tarini. Felix Von Orton. Tessa Youngner. Diana Zoe. Just like to take an opportunity to acknowledge those that were not in attendance with us in person today. Stephanie Bianyash, Carolyn Boscia, Dwight Ferguson, Carol Hawkins, Michael Xiao, Gifty Emmanuel, Nyla Mogul, Jessica Morengo, Henry Skinner, Taya Wallace, and Francesca Wang.
Thank you, Crystal. Congratulations to the bioethics graduates. Okay. All right. Next, I invite Dr. Niels Gellenborg to give remarks to the graduates of the Master of Science in Biomedical Informatics, led by Dr. Gellenborg and Dr. Aparna Nathan. And Rebecca Fitzhugh will then read the names of the graduates.
Dear graduates, I'm excited that we're gathered here today to celebrate your accomplishments. It is hard to believe that we're already sending off another class in the Master of Biomedical Informatics program, which we could not do if it were not for the commitment of the deans, faculty, administrators, and staff at Harvard Medical School and in the Department of Biomedical Informatics. So much has happened in this short period that you spent with us, but I want to remind you of something that is easily forgotten at a time when not a week passes without a new AI technology being announced. Without doubt, the field of biomedical informatics is rapidly evolving from a support role in medicine to a critical player driving much of healthcare. As practitioners and leaders, your expertise in turning large and complex data sets into actionable insights will afford you an outsized influence in this transformation. Therefore, it is also your obligation to rise to this occasion and ensure that everyone benefits from this revolution in medicine. I ask you to strive to be both bold scientific leaders and compassionate human beings who take responsibility for our shared future. In the name of all faculty in the Department of Biomedical Informatics, our partners at the Harvard teaching hospitals and other affiliated institutions, and in particular, in the name of all members of the Master of Biomedical Informatics team, I'm honored to congratulate you on your graduation from Harvard Medical School. We're all grateful that you're part of this community. Thank you. And now I would like to invite Senior Program Manager Rebecca Fitzhugh and Associate Director Dr. Aparna Nathan to come to the stage to help present our graduates.
Is no one gonna?
Omar Mahmoud Al-Bastaki. Salim Amin. Yuchen Cheng. Byungyan Terry Cho. Serena Fang. Cassie Gaba. Yan Ming Gan. Jesslyn Ting Yu Felicia Go. Ye Jin. Si Young Ke. Eugene Kim. Susana Skizvarde. Hyung-Hark Lee. Yu Lung. Fuchen Lee. Matthew Robert Liebers. Kevin Leo. Katrina Leo. Fiona McBride. Adrian Parsons. Hannah Pierce Hoffman. Agustina Sains. Poria Salehi. Isabel Stephen Smoklin. Sivatasia Tangirala. Michelle Theodori. Yujan Ting. Diego Trujillo Jimenez. Ann Marcia Tukpa. Varun Olanat. Sam Wong. Jihan Wong. Kay Wu. Jason Xiang. Song Tiao Shu. Boshin Yan. Wen Yu Zhang. Sherry Gio. Ningxuan Shirley Gio. And now I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our graduates who could not join us today in person. Harshal Ball, Tian Jin, Adriana Limaka, and Alice Saparov. Congratulations, class of 2024 graduates.
Thank you, Niels and Rebecca. And congratulations again to the biomedical informatics graduates. Next, we will present the graduates of the Master of Medical Sciences in Clinical Investigation, led by Drs. Ajay Singh, Finian McCausland, and Martina McGrath. Martina, please join us to say a few words, and then Molly Gallagher will read the names of the MMSCI graduates.
On behalf of our entire leadership group, and particularly Dr. Singh, who unfortunately is unable to be here today to celebrate with you, I share our most heartfelt congratulations to you, the MMSCI class of 2024. Today is the culmination of almost 2 years of focused effort and sheer will to succeed. You have come from a range of backgrounds and countries and brought new perspectives to each other and to those of us who have had the privilege of working with you on your MMSCI journey. We have watched you thrive in this rich academic environment. You have made many sacrifices along the way, as have those who have loved you. And so in this celebration, we also recognize and thank the parents, spouses, partners, children, and loved ones who have given of themselves for your achievement today. From today, as you move into your next chapter, bringing your well-earned degree with you, I encourage you to seek out opportunities and savor the fruits of your work here at Harvard Medical School. But remember why you came here. Remember that burning desire to make a difference that drove you through the last 2 years, and keep that at the center of all that you do. From myself, Ajay, Finian, Rosalind, Lourdes, the entire leadership group, and particularly Molly and Katie, again, our congratulations. We are so very proud of your achievement, and we look forward to see where your futures take you. And so I would like to invite my colleagues, Dr. McCausland, Dr. Adam, and Dr. Perez-Chada, to come to the podium to award the degrees, and Molly Gallagher will present our graduates.
Ogenechukwu Ajari. Aya Awad. Soham Bagchi. Bruna Wafai. Ines El Sayed. Yongshin Kyum. Javier Marugo. Michael El Nemais Fauzi. Norhan Saeed Bakri Ali Othman. Surish P. Shanmugam. Yashika Parashar. Archita Hanjani Pramudita. Jamil Santos Kadi. Saman Asud Siddiqui. Serena Sai. We are also celebrating a graduate who couldn't join us in person today, Ali Aljaban.
Thank you, Molly. And congratulations to the clinical investigation graduates. I now want to welcome Mara Bloom, co-director with Dr. Kevin Tucker of the Master of Science in Clinical Service Operations, to say a few words to the MCSO graduates, and then Preeti Sharma will read the graduates' names.
Hello, graduates. On behalf of our program leadership, Dr. Kevin Tucker, our pathway leaders, Dr. Stan Shaw and Ann Prestapino, and our program manager, Preeti Sharma, we would like to welcome and congratulate our 2024 MCSO graduates. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey, one that reflects your unwavering dedication to the intricate field of clinical service operations, which is the engine, the complex chassis that fuels excellence in patient care, delivery, clinical research, innovation, and high-value care. As clinical operations leaders in 2024, we find ourselves navigating unprecedented challenges, including an aging population, financial strain of every type, and staffing burnout and shortages. Yet despite these trials and tribulations, we are balancing integration of new diagnostics and treatments, such as early detection and precision medicine, and innovative technologies, of course, AI and robotics, which are fundamentally redefining the way we manage our clinical operations. Throughout your MCSO career, you have exhibited a commitment to mastering new concepts and approaches, some that the faculty are learning right alongside you. Your operations-based capstone projects are truly a testament to your profound understanding of MCSO's core teachings, but more importantly, they reflect the blossoming of your own personal leadership. We marvel at how you support each other virtually and are proud of the tight-knit community that you all have developed. As Mark Twain famously said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Your decision to embark on this MCSO journey is a bold step in finding your why, as you lead with courage, curiosity, and relentless dedication to making a difference in the world of healthcare clinical operations and patients across the globe. Congratulations to our MCSO graduates and all of the HMS Master's graduates today. And I invite Dr. Kevin Tucker to come to the stage and Ms. Preeti Sharma to join to read out the names.
Dupe Adewami. Nasser Al-Naseri. Zaina Al-Katani. Khalid Al-Sadir. Zaki Al-Hifsi. Arwa Al-Halil. Sheikha Al-Mahmoud. Asif Anwar. Lily Chandy. Wei Tang Chen. Joshua Ayetami. Wyatt Hockmeyer. Michael Kelly. Tomi Kolade. Sarah Lee. Sophia Lonto. Yuko Merchant. Assad Moten. Navita Mysore. Ku'ule Kupono OK Aloha Na'ai Aloha. Sven Powell. Romala Petrosian. Ann Kay. Antonia Rivera Lopez. Joad Saleh. Mohammed Saeed. Wei Ken Xiao. Rakinder Burmi Sethi. Mohammed Shalabi. And now the program would like to recognize the students that are not here in attendance with us in person. Layman Lee. Janet Raju. Sarah Youssef.
Congratulations again to the Clinical Service Operations graduates. Next, we will hear from Dr. Joya Mukherjee, Faculty Director of the Master of Medical Sciences in Global Health Delivery. Christina Lively will then read the graduates' names. Okay. On behalf of myself, your program director, and Christina Lively, our Associate Director of Educational Programs in the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, and all of our faculty, I want to extend my deep congratulations to the Global Health Delivery Class of 2024. You have earned this honor today. Dear graduates, friends, colleagues, teleprompter's not on. Okay, dear graduates, friends, colleagues, your accomplishments in these last 2 years have been beautiful, stunning. We are so proud to have you as part of our Global Health Delivery family. We are in awe of your brilliant scholarship in dozens of countries covering the globe, researching child infections in Pakistan, Mozambique, and Sierra Leone, women's rights in Nigeria, Mexico, Haiti, Indonesia, chronic illness and disability in Malawi, Rwanda, and the Philippines, and the strengthening of health systems from Ghana to Worcester, Massachusetts. The advances in biomedicine in the 21st century are truly awe-inspiring. Yet the benefit of these advances are not shared equally around the globe. More than a decade ago, this master's program in global health delivery was designed for you. For you graduating today, people who work tirelessly in the field to improve the lives of people all around the world. We believe that scholarship to address health inequities should come from those most proximate to the suffering of the world. You came here to Harvard Medical School to study global health delivery and understand and also remediate the persistent gap between those who have access to the fruits of modern medicine and those who do not. Your work has interrogated the social forces of racism, impoverishment, patriarchy, ageism, and many more, to understand how these social forces create and sustain health equity and how we put our hands and hearts and heads together to change that. In these 2 years, you have learned to practice a biosocial analysis of health problems, the type of work we do in the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine. You have developed quantitative skills
and become facile with the tools of social medicine, ethnographic and qualitative research, political economy, and a deep understanding of history. All of these you have conveyed in your research projects and theses, and all of these forces paint a nuanced picture of health inequity, one that privileges patients and lived experience. All of you have used this biosocial lens to perform deep analyses of complex problems in health delivery, and so importantly, each of you have proposed a roadmap for how we might remediate the suffering that you saw. Today, you join 150 alumni of this unique program, doctors, nurses, policymakers, pharmacists, laboratory technicians, and others around the world who are all working for a fairer world, for justice. We have no doubt that you will use the knowledge you gained here to ease suffering and to pursue health equity. Is a master's degree a credential, or is it part of your vocation? Our faculty today from the Global Health and Social Medicine Department roundly proclaim that it is your vocation. We have seen each and every one of you called to pursue health equity. We are so grateful for having shared these 2 and sometimes 3 years with you. We have learned so much together. We as faculty have learned so much from you. Our department, our entire community around the world is enriched by your intellect, your passion, and most of all, your love. We are excited to continue this work with you as our community grows. Congratulations, and congratulations to your loved ones and your family.
Alain Ahishakie. Sarah Ahmad Siddiqui. Olamide Samson Akindibubo. Claudia Lizeth Bejarano Zambrano. Moses Dixon. Egbe Enobakare. Ibrahim Gassama. Eddie Jonas. Bright Gaston Milosi. Hansel Mundaka Hurtado. Janine Patricia Girona Robredo. Maria Selena Wihaya. Congratulations to the Master of Medical Sciences in Global Health Delivery, Class of 2024.
Congratulations again, and thank you, Christina. The next program to present their graduates will be the Master of Healthcare Quality and Safety, led by Doctors Angela Tess, Brittany Estee, and Catherine Santos. Angela, please come to the podium to welcome your graduates, and then Katie King will read their names.
Can you hear me? I'm not sure you can see me, though. Much better. On behalf of Brittany Estee, Catherine Santos, and Catherine King, congratulations to the graduates of the Masters of Healthcare Quality and Safety program. And congratulations to all the master's graduates in the class of 2024. We are so proud of all of you for the curiosity that you brought here, for the hard work you invested while here, and for all the amazing places that you will go from here. MHQS was designed with the intent that our graduates would leave with instincts around quality and safety to improve healthcare for all. What is the QI mindset? It's an approach that celebrates the opportunity to make things better. The approach is rooted in tools and structure that use hypothesis-driven questioning to guide the path and relies on data to make final decisions. Most importantly, the QI mindset demands that the perspective of healthcare providers and the patients they serve remain at the center of all design. We have been amazed by your ability to demonstrate the QI mindset in the classroom and in your work with your patients. We feel privileged to have witnessed it all and look forward to seeing how you continue to apply it back home. You are all ready to lead. Thank you to your families for supporting you in your journeys. We know they sacrificed to help you reach this point today. Thank you to our students for bringing your open minds and enthusiasm for each other. It has made this journey with you so much more memorable for us. As we grant you your diplomas, we wanted to ask you 3 more things. 1, continue to include others' perspectives to make your work stronger, especially those who are not typically allowed at the table with you. Number 2, because it is so important, understand before you solve. And number 3, please stay in touch. This is just the beginning of our journey together. Congratulations to all of you. I would like to welcome up Catherine King to help read the names, and to Brittany Estee and Catherine Santos to help confer the degrees.
Hanan Zeri. Saman Ahmad. Hanadi El Hamad. Andina Alcantara. Ruth Catherine Armstrong. Victoria Battistelli. Deepak Banagiri. Meher Chowdhury. Christina De Lassa. Norhan El Shama. Farah Saida Hassan. Hannah Kitzeltu. Marie Pierre Lorette. Stefan Moulin. Emmanuel Adamuo. Indu Purnima. Nazia Ferouz Sharfuddin. Naginder Singh. Mary Jane Smith. Lucy Shu. Heidi Wing Hei Yu. We'd like to take a second to recognize the graduates not in person: Catherine Mansalas, Karima Kuta, and Awatif Saliman.
Okay, congratulations again to the healthcare quality and safety graduates. All right, we're coming towards the finish line. I know everyone's hot. But next we will present the graduates of the Master of Medical Sciences in Immunology, led by Dr. Shiv Pillay, Michael Carroll, and Gavin Porter. Shiv, please come to the podium to say a few words, and then Naima Abdullahi will present the graduates.
Immunology class of 2024. On behalf of Mike Carroll, Gavin Porter, Naima Abdullahi, and myself, on this hot, sweaty, but memorable day, congratulations. You joined us 2 years ago with a vague notion that understanding immunology would somehow contribute to your understanding of disease. But as you delve deeper and deeper into this subject, you learned how knowledge of immunology has led to amazing, innovative therapies that have changed the lives of people with autoimmunity, chronic inflammation, allergies, and have even led to new therapies for cancer. And then you went out into our wonderful ecosystem, into many of the leading laboratories, did cutting-edge research, presented your findings, wrote amazing theses, and at the end of the day, we're so amazingly proud of you, and we know we're going to be proud of you in the years to come as you go out into the worlds of medicine, academia, and industry, and you continue to do great things, and we are sure that each one of you will actually go and change the world. I'm going to invite Mike and Gavin to join me on the podium, and Naima will read out the names.
Noura Abdurrahman Aldrak. Yifan Tai. Shiying Ga. Yiling Guan. Iwen Ha. Yising Huo. Zihan Zhou. Jarue Li. Dagny Reese. Sarife Sakir. Julia Townmon. Renchi Wong. Yiwei Wang. Brian Woods. Shawen Xu. Jenrei Zhang. Tianyang Zhou. Chiwen Chu. Yani Zong.
Okay, congratulations to all our immunology graduates. Okay, next, Dr. Jason Silverstein, co-director with Dr. Neil Baer of the Master of Science in Media, Medicine, and Health, will address the graduates, and Allison Lewis will read their names.
Good afternoon. It's so loud, I could say like anything right now, huh? Congratulations to the graduates of the Media, Medicine, and Health program on behalf of my co-director and friends Neil Baer, Christina Lively, Allison Lewis, Chris Kenny, and my mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama. Congratulations to the graduates of the Media, Medicine, and Health program. 2 years ago, Dean Daley called Paul Farmer the heart and soul of Harvard Medical School. Media, Medicine, and Health graduates, you have to just listen to me like one more time, like 5 minutes, less. You are its conscience. We believe in healthcare as a human right. You all remind us of what that means. And you hold accountable those who do not match action to that slogan. In a documentary about migrant farm workers whose hands were among the last to touch the food we eat, in poetry about the stigma and abuse that trans people face, in journalism about women striving to be seen as reliable narrators of their own pain and to be treated for that pain, in immersive art about people seen unworthy of care because they've been in prison. You should applaud that one. Wait. In a podcast about AIDS activists who did not go quietly but decided to act up and fight back. Even more than the conscience of Harvard Medical School, you are the conscience of a healthcare system, of a nation, and of a world that too often forgets that each life is irreplaceable, that each preventable death is a tragedy that we should never get over, reminds them that not one person should starve or drink impure water. Not one person should sleep without shelter. Not one person should sit lonely in the jails or prisons, go without the highest quality health care when they are sick, without love when they are alone, without a burial and memorial when they die. Just to get ahead of this, I actually plagiarized that from the Gospel of Matthew, so expect letters, Dean Daley. You can't invite these first-gen people up here if you don't want controversy. Yep. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Remind us in your memoirs, your video games, your novels, your films, your arts, that so much human suffering is a choice that powerful people have made on behalf of others. That it doesn't have to be this way. That there are more of us, look at all of us, there are more of us than there are of them. As the second class of the Media, Medicine, Health program, you are not only part of a growing alumni community, but a movement for human rights. Class of 2024. Class of 2024, you could be anything you want. Don't be a coward. Be brave. Name names. Name the names. Publish what the powerful do not want published. Become unsuitable to run for public office or meet with donors. I'm glad you're enjoying probably the only time I'm going to get to do this. Call out to the people in the way of human rights. Bring many others, many others in. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be here.
Nader Al-Saidi. Anisha Chandy.
Jasmine Die. Nisa Gaba. Faith, Alyssa Goldberg. Faith Gonzalez. Christy Sophia Gonzalez. Grace Hadrian Hom. Swathi Karamchedu. Vivian Kopsinje Birchall. Varshini Odayar. Mary L. Penn. Hannah Elizabeth Proctor. Nicola Sharp. Muntaka Zaman. Weijing Zhu. It's been a joy to work with each of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Allison, and congratulations to the Media Medicine and Health graduates. Every year, I promise the medical education program that the following year we're going to do reverse alphabetical order. I promise you, Christina, next year we're going to do that. So finally, we will hear from Dr. Christina Fisher, Faculty Director of the Master of Medical Sciences in Medical Education, and Ayers Heller will present the graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Gutlerner. Distinguished deans, faculty, and guests, dear graduates of the Master of Medical Sciences in Medical Education program, congratulations. You have worked incredibly hard to earn this degree. During your studies, you gained deep understanding of key concepts in medical education, including cognitive science, adult learning theory, curriculum development, education technology, and assessment principles. You have also developed a range of qualitative and quantitative research skills that will enable you to explore the important questions in the field of medical education. Through your research projects, you have made significant contributions to the field of medical education. You have explored a range of topics, from the relationship between self-regulated learning and instructional design in the flipped classroom setting, to using cultural humility as a framework for teaching cross-cultural communication skills in pediatric residency training. Your findings have the potential to shape medical school curriculums, hospital policies, and residency programs and health systems. But even more important is how you have prepared yourself to continue these rigorous approaches and apply them moving forward to any education project you identify. We are also proud of the community you have built during your studies. Despite from coming from different continents, health professions, and clinical domains, you have worked together to learn effectively in a virtual setting. We are grateful for your creativity, feedback, and partnership in this process. I would also like to recognize the tremendous amount of support many of you have received from your families and colleagues. I also would like to express my endless gratitude to Eris Heller, our Associate Program Director, and Corinne Rossille, who both supported you in this journey. On behalf of our mentors, thesis committee experts, and program faculty, we want to finally tell you what a privilege it has been to participate in your professional development and to celebrate you as educators and scholars. We are confident that each one of you has the potential to make outstanding contributions to medical education, and we cannot wait to see the incredible impact you will have on the training of the next generation of health profession educators. Congratulations to the class of 2024. We are so proud of you. Please allow me to introduce you our Associate Program Director, Eris Heller, who will present our graduates. Thank you.
Paloma de Carvalho Costa. Laurence Gariepi Asal. Alexandria Kraus. Miguel Ángel Pinto Salinas. Sarita Purana Watanakul. Ezra Schwartz. And last but not least, Brandon Tang. And now we would like to acknowledge our graduates who are not able to be here in person today, Mikio Hayashi and Lydia Helliwell.
All right, congratulations to the medical education graduates and to all of the Harvard Medical School 2024 Master's Program graduates. So, I had very brief closing remarks, but my gift to all of you graduates is I will skip them. So, congratulations. Let's party.